I'd like to thank the Special Administrator for inviting us here this morning. Many people think, well, what is a truck? It's just a simple truck. But essentially it signifies the fact that the government, the Beni Marama government, is very much serious about ensuring that all the municipal councils have the very basic and fundamental amenities that is required to be able to run a municipal council. Rubbish, as we call it, or refuse in a nice way, is all around us. We need to ensure that we have its collection in a very timely manner. It not only stops diseases, it not only helps to have a cleaner environment, but it does actually create a much salubrious environment. People feel good about it. When you see rubbish in the streets everywhere, obviously people don't feel good about the town or city. They don't feel good about themselves eventually. The idea is to ensure that all the municipal councils have those basic facilities. For the first time, actually, I must say that this year we had advertised for the Challenge Fund. Before, Challenge Funds were available sometimes, but it depended on who had the minister's ear or who had the permanent secretary's ear. This year, all the municipal councils actually had to apply and say why they wanted that particular fund, what was the reason behind it, what particular project they wanted it for. And I'm happy to say we've allocated about $3 million for municipal councils which had very good proposals, and where we felt that there was a critical need for those projects or those infrastructure to be provided. There'll be a few more that will be done next week. In some of the municipal councils, for example, we provided a few thousand garbage bins. We have trucks. We have common areas for people, for the youth to come and play, netball and sports and various other activities, or upgrading of footpaths, or upgrading of markets. So a number of these projects have been put in place, and many of them are coming to the fore. And it is very critical to also understand that the bulk of the population now predominantly lives in the urban and peri-urban areas. And in fact, a lot of the time we talk a lot about rural development, but in fact there's a lot of underdevelopment in the urban areas. There's a large squatter community in many of the urban areas. There are a lot of issues pertaining to water and electricity in the peri-urban areas, which feed off into the urban areas in which they surround. So we need to be cognizant of these challenges that municipal councils face, and the pressure on the infrastructure, and indeed the pressure on the resources that municipal councils have. So it is critical that any government gives a lot of attention also to urban development. And with this truck here in Lami specifically, we'll obviously see some form of improvement in the area of garbage and refuse collection. So I'd like to thank the Special Administrator. He's also a Special Administrator who does not get paid for his services. There's only two of them in Fiji. He's a Special Administrator for Lami and Special Administrator for Singatoka. And I'd like to thank him for that not just effort, but his contribution to Lami. And also there has been some challenges with the municipal council itself, the human resources, and which he's here to face. And of course the ministry is here to assist him to ensure at the end of the day, as we all should ensure, that we must always appoint the best people for the best jobs, or we must appoint the best people for the jobs. It should be all merit-based, because if you don't have merit-based appointments, then you will have organizations that will be actually really not, will be dysfunctional. As I said to somebody the other day, when there is no water in your taps, or there's no electricity coming through the grid, or there is a particular problem with the roads, you really don't care who that person is. You just want the right person for the right job, because you want to make sure that you always have water in your taps. You always want to make sure that you have electricity through the grid, and you want those roads to be fixed up. So you must always appoint the best people for the jobs to ensure that the service delivery remains always paramount. So thank you very much once again. Congratulations to Lami and all the staff for their effort. I'd like to acknowledge that, and also the Special Administrator, and I wish you all a very good afternoon. Vinaka, thank you.